One of these days we're going to get a flattering angle in this chair, and I just don't think today is that day. Today we are talking about the 50-50 plate. What is it? Why should you use it? Where did it come from? But this is the number one thing. Okay, besides being vegan, this is the number one thing that I think has helped me be successful, and I'm going to share it with you all. And it's been shared before, you just may not have known where to find it. So, we're going to be talking about how to build a 50-50 plate today. So, a 50-50 plate was, the idea is in the starch solution, which is written by Dr. John McDougall. Dr. John McDougall has been a physician for over 40 years, and he has a book, The Starch Solution, and then Maximum Weight Loss. Starch Solution, and then Starch Solution for Maximum Weight Loss. Okay, they're two separate books, but the 50-50 plate is basically the number one idea in it, I feel like, besides being vegan. So those books are incredible. I will link them in my Amazon storefront down below. You can just click my Amazon storefront and there will be a books section, and you can find all the books that I love. Yeah, right there. So Starch Solution, Dr. John McDougall. And basically the simple idea of the 50-50 plate is you fill up half of your plate with starches and then half of your plate with non-starchy vegetables. And I'm going to put the little diagram that he has right here. So, why is this important? What does it do? Sounds really simple, great, but why should we do it? So the 50-50 plate utilizes a couple of concepts that are really important in weight loss. Calorie density, and using that to make calorie dilution possible. So calorie density is the idea, or not the idea, calorie density is how many calories are in a fruit, vegetable, whatever, or in anything, in a food, and comparing them. And usually it's done in per pound. So, for example, oil is the most calorie dense food on the planet. It sits at 4,000 calories per pound. 4,000. Vegetables like leafy greens and broccoli are the lowest calorie dense food on the planet at 100 calories per pound. Oil is at 4,000. Vegetables are 100. So you take the idea of replacing high calorie dense foods in your meals with lower, less calorie dense foods. This is called calorie dilution. It's lowering the overall calories of your meal. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that you are taking something that you would normally, you're not. So the idea of the 50-50 plate is that you can still eat large volumes of food, a lot of quantity, for little calories. You're not replacing volume, you're not cutting your portion sizes. If anything, you're going to be increasing them, but you are drastically reducing the calories on your plate by just adding in vegetables. Crazy. We're not asking you to cut out your favorite food here. I'm not asking you to get rid of the pasta. We're just gonna add vegetables, and it's going to greatly reduce the calories. So I've got a beautiful example for you here. I have a plate of pasta. This plate of pasta, it is just regular spaghetti noodles, and I've topped it with some oil-free marinara sauce. This is from Trader Joe's. It's an oil-free marinara. This plate of pasta is 700 calories. It is a very large plate of pasta. So 700 calories, just the pasta. I'm going to take the same exact size plate, same plate. I'm going to take some of the pasta out. Not even half of it. I'm going to take less than half. I'm going to take some of the pasta out, and I'm going to replace it with broccoli. Just steamed broccoli. This has now taken a 700 calorie plate of pasta, and just by taking some of the pasta off and replacing it with broccoli, so I've got the same volume of food. Actually, you'll see it looks like more food. I have reduced it by 200 calories. 700 calories to 500 calories by taking out some of the pasta and putting in broccoli. So broccoli, one of the extremely low calorie foods. If I replace some of the pasta, I reduce this by 200 calories. Insane, right? Same amount of food. Actually, it looks on the plate too like there's more because of the broccoli. You're going to be super full. You're going to feel satisfied. And you're going to be full for a long time. And you're getting tons of extra vitamins and nutrients from the broccoli. Pasta is a refined food. It is a refined carbohydrate. Higher in calories because it's processed and refined. Breaks down quicker, less fiber. And this is just regular white pasta. I don't like whole wheat pasta. I'm not even going to play with whole wheat pasta. Why would I eat it when I can eat regular pasta? Because I just don't like it. So we are taking this plate and reducing it. We're diluting the calories by using calorie density. We realize that broccoli is less calories than pasta. So we still eat the pasta because we love the pasta, but we just replace some of it with the broccoli. And that's a 50-50 plate. Now you're thinking, okay, what does that mean? What goes on each side? So let's talk about that. So I say starch. So I use pasta because it's a carbohydrate. It's a starch. It's pretty clear. But you're like, well, where would beans go? Beans go on that side, on the starch side. So beans, if you're doing like tofu or tempeh, so starches and proteins and fats go on that side. And then the other side is your non-starchy vegetable. What constitutes as a non-starchy vegetable? Vegetables that are not like corn, peas and beans, and winter squashes. Winter squashes are a very interesting category because they're higher in calories than non-starchy vegetables, but slightly lower than something like a potato, and they're not as filling. So winter squashes would go on that starchy side, but they're not recommended for you to base an entire meal off of because they are just super low calorie, but not enough low calorie to put on the non-starchy side. I don't know if that makes any sense. But they're in a weird like in-between state. So if you're going to have something like butternut squash, it would be going on the starches side. So non-starchy vegetable is things like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, carrots, some green beans, things like that. If you're doing something like sweet peas, corn, those are going to be starches. When we talk about fats and they go on the starches side, in this way of eating, you're limiting your overt fats. So that means if you're having some avocado, it goes on the starches side. If you're having some sesame seeds or whatever, that's where it goes. The idea too is to make it an equal 50-50. Not pile high the pasta and then just like it looks like 50-50 because you've got this broccoli over here and it's just like covering the bottom. No, in weight ounces, you don't have to weigh your food out. I'm not telling you that, but you want to make it similar, the same. So in this plate, even though the broccoli is piled high, broccoli weighs less than pasta. So I've got the same amount of broccoli to pasta ratio as far as weight. I weighed it out for this video so that you could see, but you don't have to weigh it out. You can just use your eyes and use your noggin. So the idea is that you are just reducing the calories of your meal by doing this. And what happens if you're still hungry after the first plate? The second time you go back for seconds, when you go back for seconds, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to add more vegetables and you're going to add your starch. So I typically eat potatoes and broccoli every morning for breakfast. So half potatoes, half broccoli, and I use about 2 tablespoons of avocado, and I factor that in on my starches side. Now, if you want to at first, you can kind of weigh it out just to, see and get an idea. But once you make a 50-50 plate for a couple times, you get the hang of it. It's not complicated. It's not hard. Just half plate non-starchy vegetables and half plate the other. I'm going to link some resources down below too so that you can see what this looks like, and there's some charts and things that you can reference if you need to. So eating a 50-50 plate like this is going to greatly reduce your calories that you're eating in a day without you missing anything. That's what's important to me. When I started, I went straight into veganism and I wanted to lose weight quickly. And that has been one of the main things, is realizing that I can eat all the things I want to eat, but I'm just reducing my overall daily calories. And we've talked about a calorie deficit and how to lose weight. I've got a video about that and I'll link it right here. You have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. And this is one of the easiest ways to do it, besides, well, this also kind of implies that you're cutting oil, but this is one of the easiest ways to do it, because you're still eating rice and beans and pasta and tofu, whatever. You're still eating all that. You're just adding in veggies. Adding in veggies is the easiest way to get in a calorie deficit, because veggies fill you up for super little calories. I'm going to include a graphic right here from Forks Over Knives. Also, Forks Over Knives, if you haven't checked out their website, and they have an app too, incredible resources, incredible recipes, and they're usually low fat as well, all vegan, 100% plant-based. Check them out. So this is their graphic here, showing you how much your stomach fills up on the calories. So for example, you can see oil like this much, but if you were to eat that same calories in like broccoli or vegetables, your stomach can be filled up so much more. So that's the idea of using calorie density, the 50-50 plate, to help you get in a calorie deficit easier. Also, it's just really good for you. Like, I feel like we should all be eating more fruits and vegetables. Even though I'm vegan, I feel like I could still always be eating more. I aim for about 1.5 pounds of vegetables, non-starchy vegetables per day. I want to work my way up to 2. But you can start slow, you can start lower. You don't have to just completely like jump into 2 pounds of veggies a day, but I feel like we could all be eating more veggies. Some people say, well, at breakfast, I really can't do vegetables. What do? You do fruit instead. Fruit is higher calorie than vegetables, yes, but it's still lower calorie than starches and things like that, and fats. So if you're doing oatmeal, which people love oatmeal, I cannot eat oatmeal, but if you do oatmeal, try grating like a zucchini in it, or making like carrot cake oats and bulking it up that way. But you can also do fruit. Not dried fruit, you're going to do fresh fruit. So if you really can't do veggies in the morning, fruit's the way to go. But I bet you could sneak in some and not even realize it. If you're doing a smoothie, there's so many veggies that you can sneak in there and just never even know they're there. But it's still diluting the calories. So that is how to build a 50-50 plate. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions down below, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, I'm going to link a lot of resources for this so that you can read up some more about it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.